A long, long time ago, before there were cities, cars, or even farms, there was only the earth covered in forests, grasslands, and oceans. There were no people, just animals. But over time, something amazing happened. Millions of years ago, the first living creatures were simple plants and animals. But there was one group of animals that began to change in very special ways. They were the early humans, and they looked very different from the humans we know today. These early humans were not like us. They had bigger faces, shorter legs, and long arms. They were known as hominids. The most famous of these early humans was a creature called Australopithecus. It lived around 4 million years ago. At first, these creatures walked on all fours like other animals. But over time, something amazing happened. They learned to walk on 2 legs. This is called bipedalism. Walking on 2 legs allowed them to see farther and use their hands for tools and other things. Walking upright also helped them travel over long distances, especially in the hot sun. This was an important change for survival. About 2.5 million years ago, early humans began to use tools. They used stones to crack open nuts, hunt animals, and protect themselves. These tools were very simple at first, just sharp stones that could cut or scrape. These early humans began to gather in groups for protection, hunting, and sharing food. They worked together and helped each other survive. As time passed, the first humans evolved into a new species called Homo erectus. They were taller, smarter, and better at using tools. Homo erectus was the first to control fire. They would use fire to cook food, keep warm, and protect themselves from wild animals. Homo erectus also spread out of Africa and traveled to other parts of the world like Asia and Europe. The last step in human evolution brought about Homo sapiens, the species we belong to.
This video was proudly sponsored by One Browser. Don't miss out. One Browser is the must-have tool of 2024. Try it now. The link is in the description below.
Homo sapiens appeared about 300,000 years ago. They were very smart and could think, speak, and create things. They made better tools, started painting on cave walls, and even began to think about the world around them in new ways. These early humans were the first to have language, art, and culture. They hunted together, gathered food, and learned to live in different environments. This time is called the Stone Age because early humans used stone tools to survive. During the Stone Age, people lived in caves or simple huts, and they hunted wild animals like deer, bison, and mammoths. They also gathered berries, fruits, and roots. They also began to make beautiful things like cave paintings and carvings to tell stories or express their ideas. Eventually, humans began to settle down. They started farming, building homes, and creating villages. This was the beginning of civilization, a new way of living where people could grow their own food, trade with others, and create communities. The first civilizations began in places like Mesopotamia and Egypt, where people learned to build cities, write, and invent new tools. These were the first steps toward the world we live in today. And that's how the first humans came into existence. From simple creatures to intelligent beings who created art, tools, and cities, the journey of human evolution was long and full of amazing discoveries.